Okay. All right, guys, it's time for our main topic. If you are here on YouTube, greatest apologies. For some reason, our camera was not recording. It's just always fun, okay? When we check on the camera, we realize that we've had technical difficulties, but we are back. We are back in the building. If you made it this far, thank you. You're a real G. Let's get into the meat of the topic, the cook of the gist. It is time to talk Paris Fashion Week. Now, unfortunately, for some reason, unbeknownst to us, we're unsure why we weren't actually there ourselves.
Oh, thank you.
But that's okay. There's time for that. There's always time for that. God's timing is the best time.
Yeah.
And we know that when we're there, it's going to be litty.
It's going to be fire.
But until then, we're going to give our reaction straight from the still.
Yep.
First things first, any initial thoughts that you guys want to share in regards to Paris Fashion
for
Week?
fashion.
Passion for
fashion. This year's Fashion Week. For me, I think the only thing that was so exciting for me in Paris Fashion Week were two things.
What?
Louis Vuitton.
Okay.
Yep. Because it popped up on my screen. And two, the fact that I keep seeing outfits of Ghana. I'm enjoying that Ghana's in Fashion Week. I'm enjoying that they are now seeing that this guy is a force to be reckoned with in the fashion.
the fact that he's not locked up in the penitentiary.
Speaking of Ghana, yeah.
Give him all the glory.
Yeah, speaking of Ghana, yeah, the streets are saying that he's on Ozempic.
He's on his own what?
Ozempic.
Serious? You think?
You know the weight loss thing?
How
Oh,
can
you
be
think
on
so?
that? He was in prison. What do you mean?
So that's what I was thinking. I was like, isn't Ozempic isn't jail like a man's Ozempic?
Jail is like a man's Ozempic,
You know?
yeah. You have
I
no
don't
choice.
know.
It's natural.
But
Just want to see what you guys thought. But anyway, no, I
that's
agree.
a bit crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I think Ghana's looks this Paris Fashion Week. It's been great. Oh, you guys know I'm a Ghana stan.
Ghana, man.
I've actually deeped it. I really am a stan now.
Yeah.
Well, there was one that was a bit.
Well, we all don't shoot 100% all the time. Come on now.
Shoot all the time.
The thing that I like about Ghana, yeah, and again, maybe this is just me being a stan that's talking right now, yeah, but I feel like even if I don't necessarily like the outfit, I don't mind. It's about how much you put into it. Do you know what I mean? In terms of like executing it. I might not like it, I might not rate it, but it's the way that it gets put together. If you give it 100%, I'll give you 100% for effort.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I feel like he did, which I'm very happy about. Another standout look for me as well, which I know everybody's shouting about, but I actually think it looked really good, was Chris Brown's outfit.
Oh, gorgeous.
It was so nice.
It was so clean.
But he had a few outfits though.
There's that brown one.
From, I think was it Amiri?
I don't know, but he looked too
think it
good.
was the
I said,
Amiri show.
Chris, I've never seen you look like this before.
This is definitely the first time I've seen Chris Brown in Paris Fashion Week.
Cold. Really cold outfit.
Really, really nice. Yeah, I don't know what Pusha T's doing in that picture, but okay.
And they labeled it as Quavo.
Goodness sake.
Racism.
Oh my God,
It's mad.
really bad, man.
It's mad. It's mad.
Yeah, it was the Amiri show.
It was Amiri.
Very
Yeah.
nice, man.
It makes me question, why hasn't Chris Brown been in these fashion
You know
weeks?
the reason why.
Because he's an abuser.
You know the reason why. There's no point even thinking about that.
Fair.
Let him go anyway. I'm sorry.
Next question.
He's just
See
allowed
ya.
out.
Well, it's nice to see him.
Yeah.
He looks good.
Thank you for making the appearance.
Yep.
My favorite thing at the moment is the street style. I've been seeing some really cold outfits on the street out in Paris. It's been really, really, very, very, like, it's really got me out of my bag and pushed me out of the comfort zone and stuff that I wouldn't generally wear. But some of the looks I've been seeing have been very nice. Much better than what I'm seeing on the runway. But
a lot more streetwear than usual as well.
100%.
Am I bugging?
I feel like it was. I feel like a lot more streetwear, if I'm honest.
But
yeah, go on.
these outfits that you're talking about, that's obviously making you want to experiment. We also need to understand that these outfits are just for show. I don't think anyone's wearing these out like this.
No, I really feel like streetwear is the one place. Yeah, I know people come to Paris Fashion Week and they do the most for sure.
Yeah.
You have to. But I really do feel like this is generally what people would wear. On a regular basis. I don't feel like there's many people that are pushing the barrier far out than what they normally do on a regular basis.
Okay. Fair.
But yeah, I really enjoyed the street style at Paris Fashion Week.
Okay. Cool. Well, let's get straight into the other stuff. Okay, so fashion houses, straight at the back. We picked a couple. Yeah, because we don't have time we don't want to waste all your time. Okay. So let's start with Issey Miyake. General thoughts, any standout pieces, anything that reached out to you?
For me, because obviously, Tobi, you sent the Issey Miyake lineup.
Show,
yeah. And for me personally, outside of like their foundational pieces that I like to wear.
As in on please.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Outside of that, I can't wear it. I don't like it. It reminds me of a what's that bird that has all the feathers at the back that does this?
A peacock.
It look that's it. That's it. But for women, I think it's a bit different. Women's style is banging when it comes to Issey Miyake. But for guys, it's like you're trying to bring that style that you've brought from the women's side of things to kind of make it work with the men, and it doesn't work for me. It really doesn't.
Go ahead, Toby.
I feel like for me, what Issey done was I like to pick pieces from different outfits. I think obviously you put stuff together for the runway show for sure, but I feel like a lot of Issey has to be looked at individually. It's stuff that can be added to an outfit. I don't think I would want to wear like one of these full plissy outfits with the coats and
it's too much.
Of course it's too much, but if I'm supposed to take the coat by itself, they've got a dark brown coat which looks lovely. Take some trousers, this one over here.
Yeah.
Like, take some trousers somewhere.
Could you wear a total plissé jacket?
No, that's what I'm saying. I can't. No, yeah, I could do.
You think so?
If I was supposed to style it in a certain way.
Yeah.
It's all about styling, 100%.
I like this coat here. She's stripy. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that one. Yeah, I hear you. I think there were some nice pieces here. I don't actually generally look at Issey's runway shows, so I don't know whether this is like a better standard than usual.
Yeah, it's true. You can't really gauge because I'm same. I haven't really looked at Issey.
I don't check them like that. But I do like the style where it looks like they're like cactus almost. I like those. I like the colors. I do like the use of color. But yeah, again, there's nothing that's really exciting to me personally. But I appreciate what they try to do. But I don't care enough.
Yeah, I always prefer, when it comes to what I see from a women's perspective, I always love what Issey Miyake does for the women because it's so elegant and nice.
I feel like they experiment with a lot more shapes too for women.
Yeah, and it just works.
Yeah,
and it gives me like rich,
feminine.
Yeah, powerful, rich woman. But for guys, end up looking like a samurai.
Well, okay.
Fair enough. All right then, moving straight into Gucci.
Let's go.
What are your immediate thoughts?
Now, I didn't see the Gucci one.
Okay.
So I'm going to really lean on you guys for this one.
I'll help you.
Okay.
The Gucci collection, for me, once again, is flatline.
Man.
I wasn't a huge fan of their last collection that they put out there. I think it was the autumn-winter.
But it was women. Am I bugging? Or was that women's wear?
It was women's wear.
Because this is. I was actually thinking it's the same creative director, but of course it's not. This is Sabato de Sarno. So Sarno. So he's the creative director for the menswear. So that. Am I bugging? Is this the right stuff?
It is the right stuff. This one. Oh gosh, it's on Vogue, but it's.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So for me, once again, it's
very similar to the women's wear. I think that it's coupled well.
It's coupled well, but once again, nothing excites me from Gucci right now. I don't know what's going on. It's like
they're playing it safe.
A lot of it is a lot of it's quintessentially Gucci. That's the thing. It's
when you say quintessentially Gucci, what does that mean?
It reminds me of Tom Ford Gucci.
Yeah,
days.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's quintessentially what I would remember Gucci before Alessandra. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's clean and it works for the house. But I think from a fashion point of view of when we want to see something revived, something fresh, something new, from my perspective, I'm just not getting it from them. Okay. I don't know what it is. I like some of the shapes of the suits for sure.
The suits are nice.
Yeah.
Some of the horse bit bags that I saw were nice as well.
Yeah.
But that's about it. I mean, there's nothing else to it for me.
I like the tailoring. I think that, again, you're right. It reminds me of the Tom Ford era. I do like it. It's quite simple. I don't know. I'm seeing a couple of pieces here that I enjoy. I like the leather trench coats. I do like the style. I can understand why people would be bored and feel like it's uninspired.
That's a nice.
But I'm liking some of the things. I really like. I feel like that's fair.
But one thing I will say is that, you know, when a brand has been taken to a new level, what it feels like is that you've gone to this new level, you've experimented, you found your groove and your momentum with this new level, and now you've just come all the way back. That's what it feels like. So I get what you're saying, that do we always need to expect? I feel like once you've reached a new level, I feel like you should now be doubling down and kind of growing. And it's very hard to do that when you've had someone as part of your brand that has completely shifted the whole look of Gucci as a whole.
In that case, are we wrong for trying to compare them?
I don't think it's wrong.
Should we be looking at it from a standalone point of this is the collection for men now, not trying to compare to Alessandra? Because really and truly, if you look at it as a standalone collection now, it isn't that bad.
But I think even if I am looking at it from a standalone collection. I'm not comparing it to Alessandro. And looking at it from a standalone perspective, I do think it's quite uninspired. I don't really see anything major that's happening here.
Yeah.
It's just decent tailoring on the trousers and the suits and the jackets, and a tie and a vest. So there's not really much that's going on.
And did you see those ties?
Yeah.
The neck scarf. Oh my gosh, man.
It's not the sexiest, but what I was going to say was that with what you were saying about Alessandro, I do hear you about like the need to feel like once you have someone like that to double down. I think the only way that I can describe it in terms of what Gucci would have needed is the amount of subtle but massively impactful change Daniel Lee brought to Bottega is maybe what they would have needed for Gucci.
And you don't think that's what happened?
With who?
With Gucci?
Yeah. Because
not quite.
Really?
Not quite.
You mean with the current designer?
No, with the designer before.
Alessandra?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
You're missing what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying that for what Alessandro did for Gucci, they would have needed somebody like Daniel Lee, who would have still been giving us simple looks, but still had that massive impact.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like that's what they've got right now. I think now as a creative director, this guy, Sabato and Matteo, if I'm saying his name right or wrong, sorry, for the women's collection, they want to make it simple. They want to bring it back and strip it back to pre-Alessandro Gucci.
Yeah.
But we stripped it
Big
back
mistake.
a little bit too much and taken like
Stripped it to the white meat.
Yeah, and like there's nothing here but bones and neckties. So I think let's not spruce it up and give me color and give me 70s and give me costume, but more than this.
Daniel Lee is currently at Bottega at the moment.
No, he's at Burberry now.
He's at Burberry.
Yeah.
But you're saying
Terrible sandwich. Terrible sandwich.
At Burberry?
Terrible sandwich.
No, sorry, not too much.
Terrible
I
sandwich,
completely disagree. I think what he's doing for Burberry right now is fantastic.
Are you sure?
Great work. You keep asking me, am I sure? I'm sure. That's how I feel.
I don't think they're doing a collection at Fashion Week this year.
I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you, sorry.
I think, so going back to Gucci now. So obviously, if something like that happened to Louis Vuitton, where they had stripped it back to what Louis Vuitton was before Virgil came in, what would you have said?
Do I even remember what Louis Vuitton was before Virgil came in?
No, I don't.
So it will probably be new to me because I can't I don't remember, because what Virgil has done to Louis Vuitton has changed it completely. And Pharrell's looks nowadays, which we'll get onto later, it's completely different from what it was. It's like I don't remember what LV was before.
So this is what
Virgil.
And I think this is what I was trying to say with Gucci is that we shouldn't have brought it back. We should have just continued elevating Gucci to a point where it's I wouldn't say new, but it's evolution.
A new era.
For Gucci.
No one should be saying they've gone back. They should be saying we've gone forward.
We shouldn't even be talking about Tom Ford.
Yeah.
We keep talking about Tom Ford because we keep seeing the same thing over and over again. I don't think that should happen. Why are we referring to someone that was with the brand how many years ago? Was it that powerful that they have to bring it back?
I think that fashion is cyclical. Is that how I say the word?
Yeah.
Cyclical? I think it runs in a cycle. I think fashion runs in a cycle, and so it's not a mad thing for me to imagine certain looks repeating things that have happened in the past, especially because a lot of designers find ways to look into the archives and recreate things, and Daniel Lee wasn't doing anything that was majorly innovative. He for a lot of the designs, he did go back into the archives and just kind of give it something else. So I don't feel like there's anything wrong with anyone coming in as a creative director and leaning onto how things looked at a time before as inspiration for what they're doing now. But I think the thing that is missing in this case, which is what I was saying about Daniel Lee, is that Daniel Lee was able to take those archive pieces and make it modern and make it something that sticks to his name and his time at the brand. And I don't think that any of the creative directors, both menswear and women's wear in Gucci, are doing that right now.
Yeah. Fair.
That's it. Basically. Okay, are we done with Gucci?
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
Let's move on to the star of the show. It's Louis Vuitton. It's Louis Vuitton. So this would be Pharrell's third show, second show in Paris.
He's shooting him out, isn't he?
I mean, he's going in line with the fashion calendar.
Yeah.
I think.
No, but it feels like it's more like, because I remember there was a blip in lockdown where a lot of brands were saying we are not going to follow the fashion calendar no more. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do this.
They came straight
and then
back.
look what's happening.
COVID lifted and they said, never mind. Sorry. Yeah, okay, cool. So Louis Vuitton, this is Pharrell's third show.
Yeah.
What are our thoughts? It was Western themed. I don't like saying
Western themed. I don't think that's fair anymore.
Yeah, let me not.
It's
that
not
wasn't
Western
fair.
themed. It was Western drenched.
It was Western based.
It could based
or was it
costumey?
No. So what are the people? So give me a second, because I know me and Kesi spoke about this, and I do not want to.
I don't say the wrong term.
Yeah, I don't want to say the wrong term.
I don't say it.
So so you know those Americans that used to own casinos.
That's a wrong place to start too. That is a stereotype.
Indian
Native American.
That's a stereotype.
Yeah, Native
I have
American.
to bleep that out. What's the time?
That's a stereotype.
Lost. Okay, so Native Americans.
Yeah.
That is the style that I believe he referenced, because there was one guy at the end.
It's just the cowboy days, man.
Well, guys, look, help me here.
I told you not to say it.
What the heck?
I told you not to go there.
He went to go and shake or hug a guy, and I believe the guy was Native American.
Yeah, he had a few Native American singers
Okay,
on the
so
runway,
that's where I was saying to myself, bow, Native American influence. That's what it felt like.
Fair. Okay.
I wouldn't say cowboy.
Let's get to the close.
It was definitely like
Timberlands everywhere, thinking, damn, this is about to give me some hip hop vibe. This is gonna come with a different thing.
Yeah.
And then I see some guys with a holster and a bag and some cowboy boots.
He did for
it doesn't make any sense. And I see another guy with Timberlands and a skateboard. What's going on here?
Right.
Is the cowboy riding the skateboard?
Right. So this is what I wanted to get to. The collection as a whole, amazing. As a whole,
I wouldn't say amazing.
And the reason why I'm going to say it's amazing,
sorry,
right?
can I just give some clarification that it has nothing to do with Native Americans?
God forgive me.
Is
purely Western.
the theme is based on the countrified vibes of rural Virginia, which is where Pharrell is from.
Yeah. Well, back to the quality.
But it was soundtracked by music co-created with native voices of resistance.
Thank you. There was some sort of influence
And he
there.
actually linked up with a Native American designer actually on some of the pieces from what I saw.
So,
Okay, no, you're right. Okay. It was that, okay, when a troupe of Dakota and Lakota Nation musicians entered to cap the presentation. So you are right. Pew, pew. All right. You're right. There was some Native American influences there.
Give God all the glory,
Okay.
because that's enough to get
The collection.
Go ahead.
All right, let me see what's going on.
The collection for me, is like pieces wise. There's a lot of pieces. A lot of pieces. As I said in the beginning, it was very costumey.
Someone's rubbing against the mic.
Is it me?
Yeah, it was very costumey. I couldn't get away from it. It was very like Halloween.
Overall, you think?
Yeah, a Halloween party. This is like, if you're really going for it, you're going for it. You're chucking on Louis Vuitton.
Yeah,
kind of vibes. But there was a lot of nice pieces.
that's lovely.
A lot of stunning pieces. The star of the show, obviously for me, Timberland boots. My gosh,
They were the star of the show for you.
for me, because I just never
Wow.
expected it. It was
Okay.
such a simple collaboration, which I never expected. I did not think twice about it. It wasn't a situation where I ever said, "Ooh, Maybe
That doesn't make
Maybe
sense.
Louis Vuitton could do a collaboration with Timberlands, and they pulled it off so well.
So
boot
subtle.
is the cleanest pair of Timberland boots I've ever seen.
Fair.
And obviously, I guess is where it's been manufactured. It's obviously been manufactured in Italy.
Yeah, 100%.
So you know that their quality control is going to be
premium.
insane. But any person I've seen that boot on since Fashion Week and since the first pictures
has worn it.
it's been clean. I love that boot.
Yeah.
The other variations though.
So are you talking about the variation that has the monogram on the tongue?
Both of them. I think both of them because you know they have the
think both of them are
monogram all
great.
over,
All over.
and then it has a monogram in the tongue. Those two pairs, yes. But you know, there's like 6 other variations which
which are not great.
We ain't gonna do that. Now, as for the pieces, I love the use of the digicamo. Once again, I think that's probably one of the best things that he's brought to LV. That digicamo print is sensational. I love the bags as normal. The bags, I still want a bag if I can do, but for 9K, that ain't gonna happen right now.
There was a bag that looked like a Hermes Hack 50.
Oh, the duffel.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen it on here yet.
It's brown and it's massive. I saw one guy holding it when in the show, and I was like, "This bag looks bigger than him," but I'm here for it. Outside
of that, it's like for me, it's costumey.
Wow.
It's quite costumey. Yeah.
Okay. From my perspective, I just want to start by saying my biggest highlight from the Louis Vuitton show has to be the accessories. What Pharrell is doing with the Speedies is something that we are going to look back on in the way that we looked back on Marc Jacobs and the way he did the Speedies as well.
Even the accessories is Pharrell's thing for his time.
And I feel like for sure. I feel like for one, I think the Speedies are they're so inspired. There's one bag in particular which I'll show you later. It's like a dome shaped bag and it's absolutely sensational. My favorite accessory I'd have to say is
there is. That's the hack bag that I was talking about. But I think Kesi's talking about this one.
Yeah, that one.
No,
it's this one. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'll show you later. It's fantastic. But I think the looks were fantastic. I really, really enjoyed. There's a tassel Speedy as well. I think that one's absolutely stunning.
Is that the black one?
Yes.
Oh, I think that was a bit. It was
the saddle one.
Yeah,
it's absolutely brilliant.
That one's a bit too experimental.
Absolutely brilliant. Honestly, if I had the sort of bread that would pay,
that's an ugly baby.
I just love it so much. I think it's beautiful.
That was an abomination.
I feel like it's one of those collector's items. I just think it's a collector's piece for sure.
If that was the only way I would actually give it the time of day, honestly, is if it was chrome hearts.
I knew you were going to say that because that's exactly what it looks like.
But isn't that part of the as well? But I think the standout pieces that I really, really enjoyed from the collection, there were quite a few, but one that I really, really want to call out is there was this like tartan coat that had the Western print at the bottom. I think this is absolutely insane. Like, that is amazing. Wow. It encapsulates the flannel shirts, like that kind of like relaxed style with art. I feel like one thing that Pharrell did really well on this is like we got to see a lot of like artistic choices here that I enjoyed. And you're right.
The two-piece as well.
Yeah, you're right. It was Western themed, and in some instances I might do a double take and be like, oh God, was that a bit too close to costume? But
I like it.
I don't know. It's like wearable things that I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
They have this like shearling coat that has the damier print on it as well. I don't know, man. He did a good job for me. And the Timberlands were great as well, but he did a great job in the apparel too.
I think if you look at them as pieces, then he really did a madness.
He
There's
did.
a lot of pieces that can be taken.
Yeah, that's a saddlebag there. Goodness.
No, that's not the one that I like. Sorry, it looks more like that. I'll show you later. Anyway,
there's a lot of pieces in this collection that can be taken for sure. Oh, you're talking about that one there?
No.
I saw the one that's got the tassels on it, and Kesi said that's not the one.
No, it's not that one. I'll show you later.
So the question I do want to ask is, what's your thoughts on Pharrell at the moment?
As a creative
director for Louis Vuitton?
He has surpassed my expectations.
Yeah.
Definitely. I generally did not see any of this. The last 3 collections, this is the 3rd collection, right?
Yeah,
the last 3
third.
collections for me from Pharrell was stuff that I did not expect to see from him.
You didn't expect to see the stuff that you saw?
Yeah, I didn't. I'll be for real. I expected Billionaire Boys Club.
Yeah, human made.
I haven't got that at all.
No,
I really
I
haven't.
agree.
I actually got design. I don't see Pharrell further than Billionaire Boys Club and all that kind of stuff. So when it comes to design and actually doing something different, I never expected it. Yes, he's got a whole team around him, but obviously you put a team together that will be able to provide your vision, right? So I just never expected that from him. And at the same time, a lot of people are making a lot of references to Virgil, and they don't feel like Pharrell has been able to take up the mantle and surpass what Virgil has done. What Virgil did was big and it was huge. I just feel like what Pharrell's done is different, and that's simple.
Yeah.
I still think he's brought a lot of good stuff. As you said, there's a few things that he's done which are going to be Pharrell staples. The speedy bags for 100%, the digi camo 100%. It's stuff which I just never saw Pharrell as a person that would be able to do this for them.
Yeah.
And he's really done a good job.
And he still found time to bring the millionaire glasses back.
Yeah.
Yo, for real.
That was
Did
so
you
nice
like
to
it?
see them in the
For real.
collection.
Did you like it?
I was just happy to see them.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see them back into the collection.
Honestly.
It reminds us that it belongs
It's
to him.
him.
Yeah,
it's him.
I think the one thing I can say, comparing Virgil and Pharrell, or not even comparing both of them, but just a trait that I've seen when you have a great creative director. Obviously, we're not trying to compare Virgil or Pharrell. They, like you said, they've both done their own thing in their own time, but they've both brought something iconic and staple to Louis Vuitton, and I think that is a characteristic of a great creative director. Because based of all the conversations that we've been talking about, such as like Daniel Lee, these people have done stuff that when you look at the brand, it's stuff that they're going to continue replicating or keep as staple items, and that is a great creative director.
Sure.
So shout out to Pharrell, man.
Yeah, honestly, I think I'm not necessarily of the same opinion as you that he gave me unexpected stuff, because the first collection felt very Pharrell. It's like he went into his wardrobe and said, this is me, this is what I like, let me put that on the... So it didn't surprise me per se, but I feel like this particular collection really stood out to me because I feel like a lot of thought went into it, and it wasn't just like, it's Western themed, so bring me some cowboy boots. Like, I feel like right down to the kind of, I know it's not Tiffany blue, but we're going to call it Tiffany blue for the sake of it. Those details that are usually used on like those sort of accessories from back a day, and the fact that you can kind of see it throughout all the collection. I don't know. I think real effort was put into this. Yeah. So I think he did a good job. I know people are saying that he's not a great creative director.
No, he's doing very well. Very, very well.
Faye was of the opinion that we need to get rid of Pharrell and think about, someone like Wells Bonner to come and take over.
Well,
to the point that it would sell out, and the prices are expensive. Not that she's not popping, because she's great.
For sure, 100, she's popping.
She okay. I wouldn't say she's great. Me personally, I think she's good, but for me, I don't see what else she's doing outside of using vintage archive looks and football to create her designs. There's nothing. I'm like,
it's her thing.
It's her thing, and everyone has their own thing. But I think if you was to go to a fashion house like Louis Vuitton, what else are you going to give me outside of a vintage football top, a pair of Stan Smiths, or I don't know.
Shall I tell you an example to make you not think like that?
And they reference a lot of Adidas as well.
Shall I tell you an example to make you not think like that?
Who?
Pharrell.
How?
When Pharrell went to Louis Vuitton, please tell me exactly what you thought. Did you feel like he'll be able to do anything like this? Or were you thinking that he's just going to do the same thing that he does at Billionaire Boys Club?
I didn't think anything, actually.
Okay, fair.
I didn't think he was going to do anything from Billionaire Boys. I just felt like he was the right person to take it to where it needs to be.
I genuinely had no idea where he can take it. I genuinely just thought it would just be the standard stuff, and that's why I was worried.
Well, if we go back to everything that he's done prior to Billionaire Boys Club and all those other things that we've spoken about, such as the Billionaire glasses, Montclair, all of those type of things, he has given us like references here and there that, guys, like, I can actually do this.
Fair.
So it's not that he didn't. And before he was with Louis Vuitton, he was doing a whole load of stuff with Moncler. So compared to what's her name? Wells Bonner. I feel like you cannot compare.
Yeah,
you can't compare them.
Remember when we thought Wells Bonner was a man?
Yep.
Oh yeah, 100%. That was embarrassing. Let's
move on, Chow. Okay, cool. So let's talk about streetwear and Paris Fashion Week. So why am I struggling with saying Paris Fashion Week? Thank you.
Let's go.
So streetwear in Paris Fashion Week. Let's start with the CDGs. Okay.
Hey.
Let me not say CDGs. Let's talk about Comme des Garçons in general before I move on to the particular shows that I have in my mind. Did anybody watch the actual show?
I didn't.
Okay, no, me neither. Let's talk about the CDG Air Maxes. So,
Okay.
The only thing that came out of the show.
yeah, please. So the Air Max TL 2.5s.
Yes.
They are coming out in 3 colorways: triple black, triple white, and black and white.
Wait, the black and white one, because for me the black and white one didn't look like black. It looked like navy and white.
It's black.
It's black.
Yes.
Never do anything else.
That means I'll probably go for the all black.
Yes.
So immediate thoughts. First of all, let's start with the actual silhouette that they used. Thoughts on the silhouette?
I've never seen that silhouette before in my life.
Do you know what it looks like though?
Oh.
It looks like a puffy 97.
It does.
It does.
It looks like a 97 which had stuff blocked out. Like the air bubble.
No, it looks like they did this to it and it just went like that.
Yeah.
No, because it looks inflated. It has a bit of Botox on
The
it. here and there.
this shoe is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous shoe. Supposedly it's a silhouette that's been out before. I've never seen
I've
this
never
silhouette
seen
before
this.
in my
I'll
life.
show you some of the other colors that they've had.
Okay, yep.
Let me see.
Yep, I've seen this trainer. I've seen this trainer. I've seen
yes.
it. Yeah, but like you said, they blacked out completely, so
Yeah.
it doesn't actually look like that trainer.
That's why then.
There's no air bubble or anything. I can't see no air bubble
It's
on the
completely
trainer.
changed. So there are slight differences. That long air bubble, I think if you saw that air bubble, you'd know it. You'd recognize it from before.
They
But
blacked it
yeah,
out.
Strictly exclusive.
Yeah,
But
that's what it's giving.
The shoe's gorgeous. Black, all black. And I never thought I'd ever say this. But it's probably one of the most gorgeous all black shoes I've seen in a while.
And I haven't bought a triple black shoe now.
And I'm going to now.
So I think it's my time.
I've been needing a triple black shoe.
And CDG know how to do a good triple black
They
shoe.
do know
Yeah,
how
they
to
do.
do a good triple
They
black
do.
The
shoe.
foam posites, the
Sunders. The
foams,
Sunders.
the Sunders, the Air Force One mids,
The Harachis.
the Harachis, like
Well, not Harachis, carnivals.
carnivals.
Yeah,
no.
but are they not
I don't like
Harachis
it.
though?
I don't like it.
The carnivals.
The ones that you wanted.
Carnivals.
Yeah, those were nice.
The see-through dunks that they did.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I will be buying this pair. You know, sorry, I'm
For
looking
real.
at it again.
For real.
I've got to
And
have
the
it.
black
I'm
and
not
white
gonna
pair is
lie.
not bad.
The
It's not bad.
white pair is nice, but I
wouldn't
couldn't
do the
wear a
white
white pair. They look like
I wouldn't do the white
stompers.
pair.
CDG, their trainers get slept on.
I don't think
Heavy.
they get slept on heavily. I think people see them, they love them, they look at the price, they close the tab.
Yeah,
think so?
for sure.
CDG is too damn expensive. It's £300 a pop.
Retail.
Retail. And they don't reduce that price.
I hope those that do that,
They just
close
disappear.
their eyes on this occasion as well.
Now, do you think people are gonna come out and say that people are being a bit harsh because this looks like that Reebok shoe, the one with the jagged edge at the bottom?
No, I hear you.
That's why I said creeper.
I hear you. That's what they look like. The one, no, not Reebok, Fila.
Is it Fila?
The
The
Filas.
Fila stompers.
Yeah.
Woo, whenever I see those.
Gra, gra.
Chai blood, that's not a good
The
shoe,
stompers.
But
man.
no, but they don't look like that trainer.
The Disruptor is what it was
They-
called.
they
Is that what they were called? Disruptors. Merciful
do.
Jesus.
They do look quite similar, but
They do.
I think a big difference.
Hopefully that will wound some of you off it, so you'll be like, ew, disgusting.
No, I don't
Keep
think
it
it
that
will.
way. No,
But
but
I
let
think
it,
sorry. I think a big difference between that Fila shoe and this shoe is that it doesn't have shark teeth.
It does a little at the bottom, little baby teeth.
It does.
Milk teeth.
Yeah, no, I do love the trainer. We'll look forward to when that comes out. It's due to come out fall 2024. That's what the people them are saying, but I think it will probably come out summer. So let's see. I do like that triple back pair. I'm also very open to buying the CDG Sunders in triple black as well. If I
Really?
do not get them, I think I could do it now.
I'm looking for the foams in all black and a size 9.5.
Really?
Yeah.
I think
I really can do
I
it.
don't
The
think you'll have
foams,
trouble
I can
finding
do
them.
it.
The foam sides.
I'm having trouble finding it for an affordable price, yes.
The foam sides.
Yes.
Really?
All black.
Yeah. Well
Give it to
done.
me.
Well
Give it to
done.
me.
Isn't
Well
it
done.
foam posits?
Oh no, I heard foam sides. I heard different names. When someone tells me the right name, Will,
Let
me know.
Do you think we'll ever get tired of seeing Nike and CDG collabs?
No, because
give it to me. Give it to me. Give it.
I'm not gonna lie.
Over here.
Outside, I feel like
On my lap.
whilst all the traffic is coming in, CDG always know just to come, just slide beside. Let me just drop something here. Let me drop a package. They come back out. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, and I like it.
Agreed.
They are the one brand that, for me, doesn't focus on trying to do anything crazy with the colors, but they will change the design. They will change the design, and they'll do something which people actually like.
Agreed.
Not something that people are going to be like, why'd you do that? I mean, the only time I ever seen them mess up for me was that puffy. Was it the puffy dunk, or was that Sakai?
I can't remember.
It might have been Sakai. There was a puffy dunk that they did one time with no laces.
What CDG is doing is what Sakai should have been doing. Not with not with the colors, not in regards to like mute and everything, but I mean in regards to like not going too much, like not doing too
when
much.
To say no.
Yeah.
When the fun stops, stop.
Sorry, it was Sakai. God forgive me. Yeah.
I think
you know they mess up.
I think you made a really good point about them changing the shape. I think that's and another thing that I really like about CDG as well is their ability to not choose the trending trainer and to actually go back into the Nike archives and see the silhouette that works for what they want to execute.
Yep.
And I think a lot of brands, Jound, really enjoy seeing a pop-in silhouette and saying, well, let me put my spin on this thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's really good, and I think that's what makes CDG so timeless in their approach is that they will go for the trainer that they choose, whether it's popping or not. Foams, no one really likes foams.
And what did they do?
And they did it. Carnivores came out from nowhere.
They brought they brought the 95s.
So
those 95s were cold.
Yeah, I do enjoy their choice of silhouettes. That's one thing that I can say about CDG. They don't play. They get down.
So CDG, you see how much love we have for you on this podcast. Remember
Keep
to
it in
send us
mind.
all a pair.
Triple blacks at 6.
all
Make some
around.
noise.
10.5.
All
Actually,
right.
maybe 11 because I know it might be tight
A
in the
little
toe.
bit tight. Got a 6.5 for me.
9.5.
Anyway,
Thank you. Now
Next
let's
thing.
talk about that damn
guy.
man.
Oh,
Alright.
Lord.
That damn guy.
Lord.
Nigo. Nigo.
The thing is,
Nigo.
the thing about Nigo, I can actually call him sensei. That ain't racist.
It
No.
absolutely is racist.
How's that racist?
Would you call Pharrell sensei?
No, but there's a reason why I'm about to call him sensei.
Because he's Asian.
No, it's not because he's Asian.
Crikey.
I'm calling him. The reason why I was
What's
going to
the
call him.
time, man?
The reason why I listen. The reason why I'm calling the reason why I'm calling him sensei is because this guy has a lot of references to the way things are at the moment, and a lot of people do refer back to him. So he can hold his belt in the sky. But what he's doing right now in this day and age cannot be allowed. The Nigo and Nike, who asked for that? We didn't ask for that. And something that I saw on the Louis Vuitton thing is that, did you see where Pharrell was wearing the Human Made t-shirt?
Yeah.
So I think that's when they were both trying to do their, look at... Anyway.
As they've been doing.
Anyway.
I don't want to say that they're mashing like this, but they've just been like this. Batty and bench is... like Batty and bench.
I don't know what you're trying to talk about.
You wear my t-shirt, I wear your t-shirt.
Lord,
You did
Lord.
But
it.
anyway,
partners, name and nature, boy. Come on, man. Back up off each other.
Sorry.
God.
One thing I'll say
Damn it, man.
One thing I will say for Nigo right now, as he's been at Kenzo, there was one, I don't know, the first line that he did where he changed everything, and we've seen a lot of just Kenzo Paris on the clothes. I loved it. I was like, okay, cool. He's dialing back and he's really trying to change the face of Kenzo.
He took the font from Human Made.
That's fine.
And chucked it on Kenzo.
No. That's fine because I said I like it.
Okay.
I saw this one and I was like, so with what eye did you use?
Nigo, you can't keep getting away with this. You can't keep
really
getting
can't.
away with
And the
it.
thing that I don't like here is when he walks out and he walks out like this, and I'm like, have you seen what came before you? And you're walking out as if you done something.
Thanks.
Are you being serious? Look, he is whacking the whole game of their cash.
But no one's buying.
I just don't
I'm not seeing anyone in Kenzo, and I'm not seeing anyone in Human Race, and I'm not seeing anybody in Human Made.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's a front for drugs.
There is a Kenzo t-shirt I do want. Sorry, there is a Kenzo t-shirt I do want, and it went into the sale. I need to look for it again. But there is a Kenzo t-shirt.
You hear that? It went in the sale.
Did you guys see the Nike trading that he wore?
I don't really watch
His
him like that.
collaboration shoe.
Oh, what's
yeah, I
his
did see
collaboration?
it.
What is it? Wait, let me see.
No. That's how
was
you
a
know,
school
yeah.
teacher shoe. That was a school teacher suit.
No, that's no.
Oh no,
Is that
indeed.
it? Is that the one?
brown? Is it the brown one?
Yeah.
that's
Is
it,
that the
man.
one?
I think that's the shoe.
They said it's an Air Force 3. Surely that's not so.
Oh, don't do that.
that's
No,
the
they've
shoe.
been asking for an Air Force 3 for ages.
No, what's the answer to them?
Maybe that's another trainer. If I was to ever go back into the archives, the Air Force 2.
Never.
No?
Oh my God, the Air Force.
You remember the Air Force 2?
Don't do that to me.
They tried with the Air Force 2. It's just that it didn't get the. I really wanted a pair of Air Force 2s.
Oh,
the
looking at it again.
skateboard
Oh, never mind.
Supreme did a collab with them, didn't they?
You couldn't do Air Force 2 low.
No, man.
Damn.
Nope. And not this ugly Air Force 3.
Now, this shoe that this guy has made clearly shows that he is out of whack.
If Nike released this shoe, yeah, I know that they've lost the plot.
I don't know. I'm
Show
sorry.
Kesi the shoe.
I just
'cause Kesi didn't see
don't.
the shoe.
It's a school teacher shoe. He's even wearing school teacher trousers.
Do you know what? Yeah. The thing is, maybe Michael's right. Maybe he is a fashion sensei. But to me, yeah, I can't keep rewarding bad behavior. And I actually don't want to speak about Nigo again.
Again.
So this is not. If I'm going to appreciate it once across one brand, let it resonate for the rest, because he hasn't given me anything different. So I don't want to hear anything else from Nigo or the same designs that he keeps bringing up. Because when we're going back into the archives, he's just going back into his journal from 3 weeks ago with what he dropped on the other label. Don't bring it here.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Oh my gosh.
Do you think that his past reputation, and when I say past, I'm talking because this is more than like 20 years ago. His past reputation is the reason why he's in the position he is right now.
Of course, as it should be.
But really?
As it should be. Everyone should be rewarded for what they did in the past.
Okay, so the reason why I added those timelines is because I don't want to compare him to his brother. But for Pharrell, we can see that consistently if we're using the 20-year span, we can consistently see that he has done stuff and brought out stuff which make us see that, okay, this guy's in tune with what is going on.
Yeah.
Yeah? For Nigo, we're still referring to Bape. So, are we still relying on this 20-year-old Bape? And this is the reason why he was able to do what's it called, the Nigo Nike and Human made his own brand.
But you know what? Billionaire Boys Club was successful.
Very.
Billionaire Boys Club was successful, but Billionaire Boys Club wasn't his.
Yes, it was.
Billionaire Boys Club was Pharrell's.
It was Pharrell's, but it was in partnership with Nigo.
Bape was Nigo's.
Bape was
Nigo's, and Bape was still popping. They've been like this anyway, so one is the other.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Who
But
run ice cream?
Fair.
They've been in each other's bed since 03, yeah? So
man.
everything they put out, they put
Everybody's
out
got
as
to
a
eat.
pair. And I bet they did. So with that being said, please, I do understand why he's still successful, because people were buying ice cream, people were buying BBC, people were buying Human Race when they were collabing with Adidas and stuff.
And Beeline.
Human Race or Human Made, I can't remember. Whichever one was collaborating with Adidas.
We don't even know because they're both like this.
You know, so they were all popular. Obviously, Bape is, you know, it's been long standing.
Never
so
ending.
I guess there's that legend status there for him. But I am genuinely foaming at the mouth at the fact that he keeps on bringing the same stuff under different names. And at some point, we have to call it out for being a front for drugs. Just like we did for the candy shops on Oxford Street that weren't selling nothing.
Do you know what this guy's doing?
But
Businesses are going for closure, and then he's just moving to the next one.
That's basically what he's done.
That's what he's doing.
That's what he's
Because
doing.
he left Bape when Nike came back.
Kenzo, Human Made
Jumped to
Advisor. Ah, God, I'm going to shout.
I don't know, man.
Enough.
Just don't bring out
Predictions
that
for
Nike
Nike and Nigo. So
Don't bring
we've
out that
already seen the Air Force 3.
And a t-shirt.
Is he trying to sell that?
I guess so. You know
I thought that was just him saying
No, you know
it's
the guy
true.
sold that.
Look, the thing is, let me
Get
tell
that out of my
for sure.
sight, man.
a Nike t-shirt I could never buy. And the reason why I can never buy it, we cannot act like that Nigo and Nike t-shirt is like a Supreme t-shirt.
You're
They're
kidding,
not
right?
the same.
You're actually kidding, right?
They're not the same.
Gildan.
They are not the same. Not the
And
same.
I swear it's red and grey. Oh my gosh. You don't even know what you're doing, mate.
It's a Bape on the top. That's
You're
what it is.
making me vomit. I'm over him. Sorry. I don't want it.
But on another note,
why the heck would he not have just done a normal Air Force? You copied them for years.
No, because
I idea
that would have been an actual kick in the teeth.
Yeah. That would have been, man, fuck them kids.
But he still chose the same line, just put the 3. He could just go with the 1, and we would have been happy. Maybe, who knows?
Do you know what?
I don't mind a little ducklings on a 1.
As much as there's so much good happening in the fashion industry, I think the fashion industry is still like in a weird place because people that brands never used to get into bed with are now getting into bed. Like, are we now just opening our ass for everyone?
Do you know one thing I do want to know though? I do hear what you're saying, but one question I want to ask is there anything that Nigo could do that could actually keep us interested at this point?
Do you know what?
I like the Kenzo stuff.
Let me tell you something.
I like it.
Let me tell you something. I didn't even know Bape was his. Yep. So let me tell you something. I was never even looking at him in the first place.
You were. You
just didn't know that you were looking at him.
Yeah.
No, even when I knew it was him, I still wasn't looking at him.
Well,
what else was there?
You bought Babes.
I bought Babes. But the thing is, it's not like, oh, Babes, damn, Nigo, you're sick. I looked at the trainers, that was it.
Like
I looked
Bape,
at
man,
I know.
You literally own a Bape jacket.
Come on, man,
I'm not saying that I didn't like it, but I'm trying to say that for example, if I looked at the billionaire glasses, I'm like, yeah, that's Pharrell's. Yes, I'm wearing it. It's Pharrell. I'm not wearing it because, Nigo. Like, I'm not looking at Nigo as anything else outside of that.
No, I hear what you're saying.
I get what you guys are saying as
in
well.
In terms of the impact of what he's done and the stuff that he's done, the brand that he's done, is there anything that he can do still that can keep you interested?
I highly doubt it because everything that he has released, for me, hasn't excited me.
Yeah, I don't need to see anything from Nigo again still.
Just take your place in history, man, and be done.
That's
actually
exactly
accept your Lifetime Achievement Awards.
Exactly, man.
Come on!
Or become an advisor. I think he's even an advisor for Louis Vuitton as well.
He should be doing what Pharrell's come to do for him.
I think he is. I think he's an advisor of Louis Vuitton.
Okay, running the skateboard account. Now,
not
please.
The skateboard account.
Yes. Now, okay. Final thing. We just wanted to talk about streetwear in Paris Fashion Week. Yeah, he's taking all the pictures of people's mouths. All right, guys. We have seen a fair bit of streetwear in Paris Fashion Week, which I think is quite interesting because, like I was saying earlier, we hadn't. Well, I don't know about you guys, but outside of street style and outside of the fad of like streetwear becoming like mainstream, I don't really see streetwear out and like about like that. What did you think about some of the shows? So obviously we had the ones to name, I guess, are Kid Super, Puma. Yeah, Amiri's in there. Junior Watanabe obviously came out with the NB loafers. So let's talk about that. What was there anything in particular that inspired you or that you want to talk about first?
To be brutally honest, nothing really inspired me like that.
I like the loafers.
The loafers, I'm not gonna lie, the loafers are very interesting.
They are
very interesting.
Very.
Would I know there are gonna be people out there that are gonna make it happen. That's cool. That's fine. It's a game changer. It is a game changer. Can I see it being worn? Yes. Next line.
Can you see it being worn?
Yes. I can see it being worn. Yeah, I can see it being worn.
I can see myself wearing it, if I'm honest.
Really?
Yes, I really can.
I can see it being worn. Like,
I think it's a very cool looking shoe. I don't know why.
Yeah, oversized white.
I've got time for them.
Oversized white shirt, oversized trousers, and yeah, I can see people wearing it. That's exactly how they're gonna wear it.
Fair. Okay.
Outside of that, not really.
I mean, Ronaldinho and Kid Super was kind of interesting.
But it was interesting because you saw Ronaldinho on walking.
But do you know the history of Kid Super? If I'm correct, I think Kid Super comes from a footballing background. I think he actually was a football player before he became a fashion designer.
No, that's all cool. But I think the only reason why everyone was excited was the fact that they just saw Ronaldinho just walking down.
100%.
Ronaldinho didn't even know why Ronaldinho was there.
It's part of the history too of what the brand is. It's like, okay, cool, that's a good touch because of where Kid Super comes from.
So it was paying homage to him playing football.
Paying homage to his original, what he's about. Like, that's what his original collections were football themed.
That's fine. Me personally,
the collection as a whole, we're not talking about the collection though.
But this is what we're talking about.
Factor. That's right.
Okay, so if we take Ronaldinho and Ronaldinho isn't Ronaldinho, and let's say it's just one normal black guy just walking down, well, no, you're not gonna care.
Of course not, but I care because it's Ronaldinho.
Okay, so he paid homage to his football background. 100%. That's got nothing to do with fashion.
It might not do, but it's a theatrical thing. Jim Jones, on the other hand, what the heck is Jim Jones doing there?
That one, him and his bow leg. I don't know what he's doing.
Jimmy and Chrissy, what are you doing there? I don't know what Jim Jones did.
But to honestly, one thing I will say, the Weatherman, because that's what when he clicks he sells. Yeah. The thing about Jim Jones is that there has been a lot of interviews and a lot of shows that I've seen Jim Jones on where he's talked about fashion and especially Harlem fashion. So to an extent, he does have some, not, I wouldn't say influence, but people do see him as someone that does have some understanding of fashion.
Just because you talk about it don't mean shit.
No, well,
that don't
true,
mean shit.
Your messy braids, man.
No,
Brush
true,
it back.
True, but the way things work is that the one that speaks the loudest is the one that gets seen and the one that gets put in these places. So
yeah, I guess for me, one of the questions just on the celebrity thing is like, does that status of legendary celebrities being around, being featured, does that excite you the same way that it may have done in the past?
So
let it be someone that someone cares about.
So
well, how do you feel about Ronaldinho?
That's
No,
what I
didn't
felt
care.
about him more than I felt about Jim Jones. But that's telling.
Okay.
Let it be someone that's relevant. What the heck?
yeah, seeing celebrities, for example, that video where Giggs was rapping and everyone was in the vicinity. There was no one there that was like, oh, like I'm excited or was even excited to see. The only person that I've been excited to see in the whole of Paris Fashion Week was Gunna.
But what I'm saying is that including celebrities in fashion shows, does that carry the same level of excitement that it may have done in the past?
It depends.
Only if they have. So, for example, if I saw Gunna in a fashion show, I'd be like, that makes a whole lot of sense. I will be so excited to see it because it makes sense. He's someone that we can see that truly loves fashion, and we can see that he lives and breathes it. So seeing him on a runway would make sense. Seeing celebrities that, for me, I don't look at them and think of fashion on the runway, and respectfully, because I understand when we all spoke about this, we were like, oh, it was cool, and I know Kesi said it was cool as well. But seeing someone like Santan Dave on a runway, yes, it's Santan Dave. He's a London boy. He's on the runway, but I'm like, what are you doing there? What are you doing there?
I'll be real. I feel like there is a place for that, though. I feel like for me,
100%.
There's two things when it comes to celebrities on a runway. It has to be iconic and it has to have shock factor. So for one, I'll give you a few examples. When I saw Tyler the Creator on that Louis Vuitton runway show, riding a bike, of course,
but it made sense.
Yeah,
and it made sense.
Again, it made sense. Another person, when Pusha T and No Malice first went on the first Louis Vuitton runway show, amazing,
perfect, made sense.
When all of those actors were on the Prada runway show,
fantastic,
iconic,
so good.
Jim Jones at Skid Super randomly, it's like.
So this is what I was trying to get at.
Make sense.
This is what I was trying to get at, is that it's just not enough for you to have a celebrity on a runway show for me to feel excited. Like, as far as the Kids Super as far as the actual show, I saw a couple of pieces, nothing amazing. Even with Balenciaga, when Offset got involved and he was in the runway show, I did actually quite like it, I'm not gonna lie. But I feel like the reason why I liked it is because I really knew that there was a connection between between Offset, I guess between Cardi, but I meant more so because Offset has positioned himself as someone who is very fashionable, and he's entered that lane, and it would have made sense. Same way if Gunna was to do the same thing, I'd feel the exact same way. So I feel like in terms of that connection, it's just not good enough for me to see Ronaldinho. And maybe there was a narrative that I missed, because if there is like a football, if it was, okay, let's switch it, if it was Wells Bonner's runway show,
yes,
and there's already that long-standing narrative of like football-based stuff, and I see Ronaldinho, it's perfect. That makes sense. That's something that's exciting, it's iconic, it slots in really well. If it was Dapper Dan doing something like Harlem fashion, New York fashion, quintessential New York, and I saw Jim Jones, perfect, I'm all for it. Maybe there was a narrative that I missed, maybe there was something that I just wasn't a part of. Is the responsibility on Kids Super to kind of draw that connection?
Of course.
And so for that reason, I'm just like, I don't know, maybe I missed a beat, but somebody missed a beat. And I don't think it was me.
No,
so it's just interesting. I think that's something that I've noticed as well. But it really was good to see Ronaldinho.
It was.
That was nice. It was quite wholesome, but you know.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. But I feel like fashion is picking up. It's picking up in a very nice way. Certain brands are bubbling. Certain brands are doing their thing. Let me not put a downer on it. I'm optimistic on where it's gonna go, but there's still a lot more that I want from it. It still isn't giving me that. It's Paris Fashion Week. Like, I want to be at Paris Fashion Week, but I could also do without being at Paris Fashion Week.
Yeah.
I want it to get to that point where back in the day when we'd be like, damn, like guys, we need to be at Paris Fashion Week.
All right, let me ask you guys one question to close. What would you like to see for the next fashion week? It could be anything, literally anything, whether it's, you know, more so looks, more what looks like. What do you think?
I think for me, it's less to do with the runways and more to do with what's happening on the street. Maybe it's just that I'm not following the right people, but I want to see that a lot more. I want to see more people. I really feel like people are really like coming back to, I'm going to push it on when it comes to Paris Fashion Week or any fashion week. So I just want to see more of that. I want to see more visuals from that because one, I'm not sure if it's a fashion week, but one fashion week which I've really looked to for stuff like that is really good tailoring is the Italian one, Pitti. Whenever there's Pitti, like people are on the streets and people are capturing some.
Oh, when they're wearing suits,
they put that shit on.
So cold, so cold. And I don't feel like I get enough visuals of that at Paris or London or wherever else they do. I feel like besides the clothes out on the runway, I want to see more of what's on the street.
Okay, more street style. All right, Michael, what's one thing that you would like to see more at fashion weeks in the future?
Probably just going back to what you said, you know, about seeing the actual street culture when it's actually Paris Fashion Week. It's all well and good looking at all the brands that are coming out and seeing what they do, which is lovely to see. But like Toby said, like when you look at the street or from pictures that I've seen of people in the street and what they're actually trying to do when it comes to any type of fashion week, it feels more exciting than the actual fashion shows. Yeah. And when you're seeing pictures of people crossing the road and all that types, I think anyway, I'll speak to you guys later. But when you see those type of things, that is the exciting part about it. And you're like, oh, damn, like, I like what that person wore. You like what that person wore. That is more exciting than the actual shows.
Yeah. I think kind of sounds like I'm contradicting myself from what I just said. But one thing that I'd like to see more at Fashion Week is a greater connection between music and fashion at the shows. I think I get really excited, and I think we all get really excited when we see our favorite artists engaging in something that it looks like they're already interested in. Like when we see Gunna doing fashion stuff, we're like, yeah, this makes so much sense. And I know that I was excited for Dave when he did Louis Vuitton, but seeing Dave in the Stone Island campaign, I was like, this is what I want to see.
That one makes a lot of sense.
This is what I want to see. So I want to see more artists, music artists, getting more involved with the fashion stuff where it makes sense, where it's applicable. And I feel like that will also provide, you know, when we're talking about, like, we've spoken about in the past about the death of celebrity, where we feel like things are just getting a bit too
close
because of social media. I feel like when you see some of your favorite artists getting involved in fashion week and those sort of things, I think it provides another level of like exclusivity that I think we need, so that we can be getting inspired by the people that we're supposed to be fans of. So I think a greater link between music and fashion would be nice.
For sure.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Agreed.
100%. I would even love to hear a lot more other types of music when it comes to even the runway shows. You know, I know there's some runway shows where, okay, cool, the line correlates with the music, but I would like to see more variety of music, similar to what obviously I understand the reason why that music was played, but what Pharrell did at his second fashion week, not fashion week, second show, where he had the Sway Lee song, that was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Agreed.
Honorable shout out. I actually think it's quite cool to see other low-key brands too going out to Paris Fashion Week and doing their own stuff out there. So once again, Diaghi with a day thanks.
He is doing something else, man.
Yeah.
He is doing
crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
So basically, I follow his YouTube channel. And have you seen the new biker jacket he's released?
Yeah. Cold. It's giving quality Balenciaga kind of stuff. But it's like, it's so individual. Like, it's stuff that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And you know, I think he also owns Genius Bartolier as well.
Yeah,
so it's like a lot of his stuff for me personally is stuff that is just for me, he's just out of the box.
Yeah.
He's really like flying the flag for a lot of the stuff that he's putting out there.
Yeah.
But I just like to see brands go out there and do their own thing. Forget about the main runway shows.
Yeah.
Have your own space and get your name out there and see what happens from there.
It's not even get your name out there. People already know their name. And
For sure. But I'm not saying like people's main focus when it comes to Fashion Week will just be the main fashion house.
Yeah.
It's like what they're doing. But the low key places, the places that are not
more
on the
independent
level
ones.
of Gucci, and exactly, are the places which for me, it's like that's where
There's
the
some
actual
gems in
design
there.
that I'm seeing is coming from.
Yeah, I feel you.
There was a leather trap star jacket with both of them.
With the ombre.
Oh, yeah, man.
Nuts.
Fantastic. All right then, guys, that brings us to the end of today's episode. This has been episode 143 of Hype and Then Some. I hope that you guys have enjoyed. This has been a great episode. I really enjoyed this discussion, actually.
Yeah.
So we will be back in 2 weeks' time. Look out for more information. Make sure you sign up to the mailing list. Okay, links in the bio. Follow us on Instagram, Hype and Then Some, for more details on the hoodies. They'll be coming soon. We're so excited. We've gone past the sampling stage now, and look.
It's looming.
Okay, know
we're about to feed the streets.
Anyway, look out for that, and please make sure that you follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to us. Giveaway days coming in underway. Subscribe to us on YouTube by searching Hype and Then Some. You can follow us on all socials, i.e. Instagram and TikTok, by searching Hype and Then Some. You can listen to us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, and that's it. All right, MET, do we have any other business?
Guys, this is episode 143. We are Hype and Then Some, and we're out.
Peace.